My name is Tulani Anganiso. I was born Eastern Cape. I was traveling here according for the work, you understand? And therefore, I have to start to get my own room. First, you must buy a bed, and buy this bedroom, Yes. And number two, I don't have a wardrobe, wardrobe, At least my suitcase and use some old boxes, you understand, something like that, Eric. Some blankets, and one bath for wash myself, for drinking, for my washing my clothes, for cooking, and wash myself. But I must make sure I must not use more than 100 liters per day.
This is house number 5034, Deep Kloof, Zone 5. My mother and my father owned this house until in 2000 and from 1960.
Overseas.
My parents never paid water. I don't remember telling us that they are going to pay water this month. It was just free, to be honest. It was just free. As it is now, although we are supposed to pay. We've got two taps, one in the house and the one outside. We don't have a shower, we don't have a bathroom, but we don't have a problem with that for now.
When I first moved in, it was just an ordinary 3-bedroom and a dining room. So I had to add a sitting room, add the garage, add the extra bathroom on the other side, extend all the bedrooms and the kitchen a little bit, and then put some new extra windows for the light. Yes, the meter. This is the meter. Yeah, so that's where you see the numbers. Now, since I've been staying here, nobody can ever check this thing. I'm now staying here for about 15 years. Nobody has ever checked this thing since I've been staying here.
When the project started, households were still being built on a flat-rate system that went back to the apartheid years. Monthly consumption was estimated at 20 cubic meters a month, although it was actually closer to 60 cubic meters. Technical and commercial losses due to the decrepit network and underbilling were estimated to be around 37%. Soweto is part of the Johannesburg region. The economic capital of the country has an estimated population of 5 to 6 million inhabitants. Johannesburg was built on gold, and millions of black workers came to the city in the 19th century and settled in the outskirts. The heart of this wealthy modern city, once reserved for whites only, was made of gold. But without man's intervention, the rest would have been dust. Johannesburg has no rivers and no groundwater.
The investigations and reports that have been done are saying that we could be facing a water shortage by year 2013. So it's just so soon. It's if we don't do anything, indeed we're gonna face a crisis. So we have to do something.
The priority for the South African state is to monitor and limit water consumption. The Soweto project being implemented by Johannesburg Water is in line with national policy.
I actually operate at mostly strategic level. It is my primary role to actually develop strategy for the entity.
About 60 people, I think there are more now.
Okay, Johannesburg Water is a municipal-owned entity, and its main objective is to provide water and sanitation services through infrastructure development. We're also responsible for ensuring that the residents of the city have access to these services.
Johannesburg Water was founded in 2001. The city was the sole shareholder, but the new structure was making heavy losses. For the municipality, Johannesburg Water's main priority is to reduce water loss and balance its books.
By 2003, there was a loss of about 440 million rand. And then, of course, there was the realization that we couldn't continue on the same basis, and something urgent needed to be done.
We identified Soweto as an area where the unaccounted for water was very high. So we had to actually come up with a program that will ensure that we rehabilitate the infrastructure and we improve the billing and make sure that water is affordable.
The cost of the project was an estimated 80 million euros. In 2005, the AFD, the Agence Française de Développement, was solicited for a concessional loan of 40 million euros. This would finance the first half of the project. With the funding program, the Agence Française de Développement seized the opportunity to boost its involvement in South Africa.
L'Afrique du Sud refusait d'emprunter en tant qu'État. Et donc, d'emblée, nous devions mener une politique en faveur d'un pays, d'une nation, sans pouvoir avoir accès au dialogue et à la relation financière avec l'État lui-même. Et donc, il fallait s'intéresser aux collectivités locales, il fallait s'intéresser au secteur privé, il fallait s'intéresser au monde associatif, mais pas à l'État.
Alors pourquoi Johannesburg Water? Comment est-ce qu'on a identifié Johannesburg Water? Tout simplement parce que c'est l'entité dont Johannesburg a favorisé la création pour gérer le système de l'eau. Et nous sommes arrivés à un moment où Johannesburg Water en était pas à ses premiers pas, mais commençait à s'émanciper techniquement et financièrement de la ville de Johannesburg. Et on s'est dit que c'était un bon moment pour les accompagner dans une opération qui était intéressante pour la structuration de Johannesburg Water elle-même.
Page 8, page 9, and page 10.
At that time, in 2005, Johannesburg Water was one of the first municipal utilities to seek autonomy from the city. It already directly managed part of its customer base.
Le fait d'aider Johannesburg Water à monter en rentabilité plus vite et à acquérir son autonomie financière, c'était et je crois, ça reste aujourd'hui un argument pour intervenir vis-à-vis de Johannesburg Water, qui est une belle société, une belle initiative globalement, qu'il faut être soutenu. Donc c'est vrai que l'approche a été largement financière, oui. L'approche a été largement financière et peut-être moins technique.
The development of the project and the strategy was crafted by Johannesburg Water. There isn't anywhere in the project where AFD came and influenced a decision. It was all purely the decision by Johannesburg Water in terms of how we implement the project and how we're going to implement the project.
Okay, you can follow.
The AFD loan was paid out in 2006. Johannesburg Water had already started work several months earlier.
You can see we've closed the tap, but it's still leaking. We need to leave this house with a leak free. So now we also have to change it, put here a new brass tap.
You are free now or Kenya South Bata. And then
we've employed 11 people from within this area of Soweto who are going to be doing the practical job on the ground. So these people have been employed from Soweto. We're not getting anybody from outside. We as a main contractor
we finance the training of these plumbers. The process is still ongoing because they are still training even today.
Previously, the contractor and the SMMEs were more concerned about production but sacrificing quality. That's why we had lots of problems coming to site. But now we've made sure that everything is done accordingly. Sharp.